wider and wider, and finally little Morgause burst into tears, fled out the door, down the stairs, and to the shoreline. And she walked, and she wept 7 tears into the sea. And suddenly she looked, and before her was an enormous pair of wet, bare feet. And she looked up into the eyes of the most beautiful man she had ever seen in her life, dressed only in what he'd arrived in at his birth. And he looked down at her and he said, "Morgause, why do you weep?" And Morgause said, "Love hates me! I hate love! My life is over! I'm 15 and I'm a queen and there's nothing else!" And he said, "Morgause, do not weep. Come with me, and I will make you queen of the sea. You will be free and never weep again. Come with me, Morgause." And Morgause looked into his eyes, and she looked at his beautiful, massive, broad shoulders. And then she thought about the morning sun coming into their bedchamber, and Lot peacefully snoring with the sun on his eyelids. And she said, "I can't." And he said, "Morgause, where I am from, you will have gloves from the skins of the fishes. You will have rings on your fingers, and you will laugh every day." And Morgause looked at his 2 round, perfect knees. And she said, now she was a decent woman, she had. And then she thought about the look on Lot's face the first time that he touched her cheek. She said, "No." And he said, "Morgause, this is the last time I will ask you. You will never see me more, but I do not want to see you weep. I wish you joy your whole life, and the joy that you can have with me is the best joy of all. Morgause, come with me." And Morgause looked at his long, sensitive fingers, and she thought about the look on Lot's face when he held his son for the first time. And she said, "No, I can't go with you." And suddenly he was gone. And back she went, and into the bedchamber. But it was cold there, so cold, for Lot was not prepared to reach his hand out. And for the next 2 days, that coldness remained, and her heart was breaking. And then on that 3rd day, Lot bathed, and she stood side by side and were rowed out for the blessing of the fishing boats. And as they got halfway out, all of a sudden, she thought, "He's never going to love me again." And she wept 7 tears into the sea. And suddenly, from nowhere, the boat rose up and flipped over, and down they went. And at that moment, they discovered something about one another that they never knew. Neither could swim. But somehow they made it to shore, arm in arm. And Lot held her and said, "Oh, Morgause, I thought that I had lost you. Morgause, you're more precious to me than life, and I love you." And on the shore, they shivered and held each other. And far out to sea was the barking laugh of a great bull seal.